Welcome to the CPM Customer Success Podcast, where we help Office of Finance leaders enable an exact solution to enhance their corporate performance without spending countless nights and weekends in the office. Hi, I'm your host, Andy Smetana from Nova Advisory. Nova Advisory is a 100% OneStream professional services diamond implementation partner. We help OneStream customers and prospective OneStream customers get the most out of their OneStream investments. For CPM Customer Success listeners, we now have a weekly email newsletter to keep you informed on the latest CPM Customer Success news. By subscribing today, we'll keep you informed on episode releases, including customer success stories, OneStream interviews, and capabilities to keep you up to date about OneStream's unified platform for finance. You can check that out now at Nova Advisory's website, novaadvisory.com/podcast, and subscribe to the CPM Customer Success podcast newsletter today. Today's episode is all about Genesis, both the origin and the evolution of OneStream. We'll start by taking a look at how OneStream began, born from the frustration of fragmented systems, and then explore how its newest innovation, OneStream Genesis, is pushing finance even further into the future. The story of OneStream begins with two visionaries, Tom Shea and Bob Powers. They're former architects of the Hyperion financial management system. They saw the same problems that CFOs and controllers were facing worldwide. A finance landscape full of disconnected tools. There's one for consolidations, there's another for planning, and yet there's others for reporting. Every upgrade meant more integration work, more IT dependencies, and less time to actually analyze financial results. So in 2010, they set out to rewrite this story. And the result was OneStream, a platform built from the ground up to unify every aspect of corporate performance management. Their guiding belief was simple: one platform, one experience, and one truth. That idea became the backbone of OneStream, giving finance teams control, flexibility, and the power to focus on insights instead of infrastructure. From that moment, finance transformation wasn't just about automating tasks, it was about empowering people. So now, more than a decade later, OneStream is living its second Genesis. As finance has evolved, so have expectations. Teams today need to move faster, to model new scenarios, build dashboards, and respond to change without waiting weeks for IT or custom code. And that's where OneStream Genesis, the new no-code solution and framework, comes in. Genesis is built directly into the OneStream platform. It's the same unified foundation that began back in 2010, but it introduces a click-to-configure, plug-and-play environment where finance can design, extend, and innovate faster than ever before. So instead of scripts and configuration files, Genesis uses a library of high-value functional blocks, pre-built templates, workflows, and analytics that finance users can snap together to create or enhance solutions. Need a new planning model, a refreshed dashboard, a custom report? Well, with Genesis, you can do it yourself. There's no code, there's no delay, and there's no IT queue. What makes Genesis powerful isn't just the technology, it's what it means for finance leaders. It removes the traditional barriers that slow down innovation. Finance can now design and deploy new financial and operational models all on demand. They can launch or adapt planning and forecasting processes within days. They can personalize dashboards and user experiences. And they can even infuse AI narrative summarization into their reports, automatically generating commentary and insights from their data. All of this is part of an ever-growing live content library, continually expanding to meet new business needs. As OneStream puts it, Genesis empowers finance heroes, giving them the tools to adapt, innovate, and lead with agility. The beauty of this evolution is that it builds upon the customer success stories that defined OneStream's first chapter. Organizations like OSI Group and Signode, both implemented by Nova Advisory, they saw the power of OneStream's unified design. It simplified consolidations across dozens of ERP systems, improving automation and giving finance ownership of their data. Now Genesis extends that power. It's not just unifying processes, it's enabling teams to create and extend their own solutions at the speed of thought. It's the logical next step in the journey OneStream began 15 years ago. So let's dig into those CPM customer success stories. So Signode, they're a global leader in transit packaging solutions. They've since been acquired by Crown Packaging. Before OneStream, Signode's finance team was juggling over 50 ERP systems across 6 continents with fragmented processes running through Oracle, HFM, FDM, and Essbase. Every close was a marathon. It was time-consuming, it was manual, and it was full of reconciliation headaches. When Signode partnered with Nova and implemented OneStream, everything changed. They replaced all of those legacy tools with a single unified CPM platform, dramatically improving automation and data integrity. What used to take days of manual intervention became a streamlined, controlled process. That's the original OneStream promise, unification without compromise. And now with OneStream's Genesis, teams like Signode can go even further, extending and configuring new solutions themselves through this no-code design. For our second CPM customer success story, let's take a look at OSI Group, one of the world's largest food manufacturers, a century-old company with operations in 17 countries and more than 75 facilities. Before OneStream, OSI's global finance team relied on Oracle Hyperion Finance Management, but the process was painfully manual. Each entity loaded data from different ERP systems via flat files, leading to inefficiencies and limited visibility into the business. Working with Nova Advisory, OSI implemented OneStream and completely transformed their financial consolidations, planning, and reporting. Suddenly, they can consolidate results faster, drill down into transactional detail, and analyze performance across customers, products, and geographies, all within the single unified platform. As OSI's director of corporate accounting said, the ability for me to drill in and get answers on my own is something I couldn't do before. It's been a huge game changer. And that's the power of OneStream's unified data model. It's one version of the truth, accessible from anywhere. And with Genesis, OSI's finance team can now wield that same data agility themselves. For our third CPM customer success story this week, finally, let's talk about a global food manufacturing powerhouse producing 1 in every 4 French fries sold globally. For years, they ran their finance operations on SAP BPC. And as the system aged, it became clear that it was holding the organization back, with slow data loads, manual reconciliations, and lengthy close cycles. When they switched to OneStream, they didn't just migrate, they modernized. And within 7 months, they built a unified financial consolidation platform, management reporting, and lease accounting, all within OneStream's platform. And the results they achieved, while they shortened their month-end close cycle from 6 days down to 4, they automated currency translations across 40 currencies, and they gained real-time access to global data. That's the kind of agility finance leaders dream of, and that's exactly what OneStream Genesis is built to amplify. To take that same speed and autonomy and give finance leaders the power to design, deploy, and adapt without code and without delays. So each of these CPM customer success stories shows a piece of that same bigger picture. The OneStream vision of unified finance, empowering people, and accelerating insights. If the original OneStream story was all about unifying finance, Genesis is about liberating it. From complex systems to click to configure simplicity, from dependence on IT to true ownership by finance, from static reporting to AI-infused insights. That's the OneStream vision coming full circle, the next genesis of intelligence finance. At Nova Advisory, we're excited to help organizations bring this to life. And if you'd like to learn more about OneStream Genesis or explore the customized approach your team can take to accelerate agility, let's get in touch. Thanks for joining us for this episode of CPM Customer Success. Reminder to check out the CPM Customer Success weekly email newsletter to stay informed of the latest CPM Customer Success episodes and OneStream news. You can check that out now at the Nova Advisory website, novaadvisory.com/podcast, and subscribe to the CPM Customer Success podcast email newsletter today. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you next week for another episode of CPM Customer Success.